Good afternoon and welcome into the Action 2 News newsroom for your First Alert FASTCAST. My name is Brittany Schmidt. I'll be taking you through some of the stories that we're following today. Obviously, breaking news out of Baltimore early this morning, so let's bring you right to the scene here as we continue to follow it here locally. So this was breaking news early this morning where a cargo ship lost power and rammed into a major bridge. In a matter of seconds, the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed. It stretches about 1.6 miles. We do know that there were 8 construction workers on the bridge filling potholes at the time of the accident. 2 have been rescued, 6 are still missing and now presumed dead. Search and recovery remains ongoing at this hour, looking for those missing 6 people who again are presumed dead. The ship's crew issued a mayday call before the ship hit one of the bridge's supports. With a little bit of warning that was able to be given, the Maryland governor said in a press conference this afternoon that authorities had just enough time to stop cars with people inside of them from crossing over the bridge. Right now, it is all hands on deck there. State and federal agencies responding. Here a little closer to home, Emily Byer talking to Port Authority here today about safety features in place to try to prevent something like this from happening. Of course, accidents happen, they can happen anywhere, but there are some safety nets that we have in place here. She'll tell us all about several features that would prevent a freighter ship like the one you're seeing here from crashing into a bridge. So we'll have much more details on that as we continue to follow this breaking news story out of Baltimore, Maryland. Another story we're following today, Governor Tony Evers signed Senate Bill 829, now 2023 Wisconsin Act 218, which does allow a tactical emergency medical services professional who is acting in the line of duty to carry a firearm in otherwise prohibited areas, which would include areas such as like fish hatcheries and wildlife refuges. The governor signed the law at a fire station in Appleton today. The new law defines a tactical emergency medical services professional as a licensed EMS professional who has been endorsed by DHS as a person who provides medical services when operating as part of a tactical team and who operates with prior written approval of a sheriff or chief of police. So that now goes into law. Meanwhile, later this week, we know that the governor is going to sign another bill into law, and this one actually pertains to child sex dolls. You heard me right. It seems like a no-brainer, but unfortunately, it's becoming more prevalent throughout the world. So a local investigator at Schwabenon actually went to a local representative who said, hey, we got to get something on the books here because we are starting to see this happen nationwide, and we're afraid that, eventually it'll make its way closer to home. So the governor is expected to sign this bill into law. It would make it a crime to possess or use a child sex doll to manipulate and groom children. Now, laws already exist in 5 other states. 5 are currently in the process of finalizing this legislation, and that includes here in Wisconsin. So many, as I said, kind of seems like a no-brainer, but it's really kind of becoming prevalent and it's starting to pick up. So we take a closer look at this bill, what it could outlaw, what it would outlaw, and when it's expected to be signed into law. The story tonight on Action 2 News at 6. You'll only see the story here on Action 2 News. All right, let's head outside a little bit where it is gloomy across the board. There in Sturgeon Bay, it's gloomy. Here in Appleton, it's gloomy there. And then in Manitowoc, there's even some droplets there on the camera there. So let's bring in meteorologist David Ernst here to walk us through a little bit more of what we're going to expect to see in the next coming days. Hi, David.
Good afternoon, Brittany. We will see the rainfall wrapping up over the course of this evening. It's not going to be pouring down rain everywhere going through the rest of the day, but we'll see passing showers from time to time as the colder air starts to arrive. It was a rainy early morning, and then we got into a little bit of sunshine around the Fox Valley especially. We had temperatures up around 60 degrees for a time today. Now we are beginning to cool off, and we're seeing passing rain showers. Some of the steadiest rain just north of Green Bay, and just had a lightning strike registering there into Marinette County, so we'll zoom in, take a little closer look at that just on the northwest side of Wasaki around the Athelstan area. Along with some moderate rain showers there down through Peshtigo and along Highway 41, 141 there through eastern parts of Oconto County. As you get down towards the Green Bay area, a few sprinkles, looks like some heavier rainfall on the south side of town, just south of Bellevue between Wrightstown and Denmark. And we'll continue to see these passing showers move through the area. In fact, another patch of steady rainfall in western parts of Manitowoc County, right down through Kiel, and then into Fond du Lac and Sheboygan counties. So when you put all this into motion, you'll see those rain showers lifting in from the south. We will continue to see this on First Alert Viper Max for the next few hours, but we are in the waning stages of this storm system. You'll notice back into western Wisconsin, we do actually have some snow coming down, but in between the rain that we have and the snow to the west, there are some breaks in those clouds. So what likely happens is that we'll see some of that snow start to erode and evaporate more or less as it gets a little closer to the area. Winds have been somewhat breezy today. We've had gusts both overnight and through the afternoon. Rather strong, if my computer will cooperate here, 30 to 40 miles per hour is what we have been seeing, at least in terms of peak wind gusts. As far as sustained speeds go, the forecast was 15 to 20 miles per hour, and for the most part, that's what we are seeing. Still out of the southwest, but into central Wisconsin, those winds are turning westerly, and temperatures there are going to be dropping fast. We're already down into the low 40s there in Rhinelander, still holding on to lower 50s around the Fox Valley, but we will be looking at colder conditions coming into the area. Tonight, our temperatures will settle down likely into the lower 20s, and with a breezy wind ongoing, we are going to see wind chills likely in the teens and even some single digits. So definitely feeling like winter as we head into tomorrow. We should be staying dry through the day, but there will be a fair amount of cloud cover around tomorrow, and again, we will see that strong wind continue.
All right. Of course, it's going to feel like winter as we head into spring. It's just, we've kind of been all over the place. But I'm glad you brought up the sun, because I did see it this morning as I was driving to work around 9:15.
It was nice. Yeah, tomorrow we won't see too much of it peeking through the clouds. At times you'll spot it, but Thursday looks like it should be a mostly sunny day. Low 40s on Thursday, which is slightly below average. Normal high this time of year is 45, so we'll be 3 degrees below that on Thursday, 3 degrees above it on Friday. So, it all evens out in the end.
Right. All right. Thanks so much, David. We'll see you later tonight. All right, some of the other stories that we're following here, we'll pull up our timeline here for you. So tonight at 4 o'clock, we learned that Fremont Police Department is dissolving its police force, and they're actually going to contract with Wapaka County Sheriff's Office. Samantha Cavalli tells us the reasons behind the decision tonight at 4 o'clock. At 4:30, the 62nd annual WPS Farm Show now underway. Chris Roth talks to an organizer about what people can expect at the show this year. We'll also have a live report, hopefully from Jason Zimmerman, barring any breaking news, but he'll be out there as well. At 5, the Supreme Court justices heard oral arguments today about a case regarding a nationwide ban on mifepristone, which is a primary drug used in the U.S. for medication abortions. So we'll have reaction from both sides on that. And then tonight at 6 is my in-depth story with an Ashwaubenon investigator talking about the new law, a new bill that's going to be law here soon, that criminalizes child sex dolls in Wisconsin. Again, these are dolls that are made to look like children. A little bit more about that push and effort here locally. So that does it for our afternoon FASTCast. Thank you so much for joining us here in the Action 2 News newsroom this afternoon. Much more to come on Action 2 News at 4, 5, and 6, and of course at 10. Again, thanks so much for joining us. We'll continue to follow that breaking news out of Baltimore, Maryland. Have a good one.